Hey everybody, it's Tarina. I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties. I just did another live and I had no problems, and then I go live right now and I'm having all sorts of problems. So hopefully you're not getting a lot of reverb like I am. I don't know what is up. I didn't change anything. I just went live again and I'm not sure what's going on. But today in my team group, we're having Maker Monday. And so it's my choice, Maker's Choice Monday. And so today it's my choice what project I want to do. So I'll do an overhead view in just a second. But I'm using a new surface I just found. If you want more information on anything in this kit, comment Halloween in the comments below, and we'll get you some information on how to get the products for this project. And I'm going to show you really quick. Hi, Stephanie. I'm using a couple of different transfers. The first one that I'm using is the Halloween damask pattern. If you guys can see that, I'll do that overhead. I'll show you overhead as well. And if you're here, make sure you say hello. Sometimes if I don't see your name, it just says Facebook user. So make sure you say hello and your name if I don't say hi in your name. The other transfer I'm going to use is called Halloween porch sign. So as you can see, this is a really big transfer. I'm only going to use a portion of this. It's right here. It's Witch's Lair right up here. And that's what's really nice about our transfers is you can use the whole thing or you can use a portion of it. So go ahead and get comfortable. We're going to start off with the damask. I'm going to come over here real quick and I'm going to do solo layout so you guys can see this. And again, I hope you guys aren't getting the reverb I am. If you are, I apologize. I really tried. The project I did earlier had no problem. But now all of a sudden I have problems because, that's technology. So again, this is called Halloween Damask Pattern. And it is so cute. It has little ghosties and pumpkins and all this like cute little decor. We're going to use, let's see, what are we going to use? I think I'm going to use white. And then I'm going to go over it with the glow in the dark paste. And I'm actually going to lay it down, squeegee it off, and then go right back over because I don't necessarily want it all to be like super bright glowy in the dark because this is going to be inside my house. So I'll show you what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to use white and then I'm going to use glow in the dark. I do have a small squeegee and then our 4-inch large squeegee because it really helps do that really fast. Get our chalk paste over the surface real fast. Because this is not one of our surfaces, I'm actually going to grab my finishing paste wax and I'm going to wax the surface. You don't need a lot of wax, just a little bit. I'm just going to grab a rag real quick and put the wax on the surface. The idea behind our finishing paste wax, and if you don't have our finishing paste wax, you can use any other kind of finishing paste wax. It helps our chalk paste to have, like, I call it like teeth. If you've ever finished furniture or anything, you understand that reference. It just basically helps the chalk paste to adhere to the surface without flaking off. And then it also serves the purpose of so that our transfer doesn't stick to any surface that's not ours. And, this is a chalkboard surface, so I can see that. But there are surfaces that you don't really know what the surface is. It could be like a paper or paint. And in that case, you definitely want to put some wax so you don't pull the paint or the paper surface up. So I'm going to take my terry cloth part of my fuzz cloth, and I'm just going to buff. You can take another cloth. I have several fuzz cloths going. So I do use my fuzz cloth once in a while to buff the wax. It's like wax on, wax off. But you're not rubbing it off completely. You're just buffing it in so it's nice and smooth. And you should be able to run your hand across and it's nice and smooth and not sticky. Now, this surface I found is pretty cool because it has a frame that it comes off, and I was able to paint it the color I want. This is a double-sided surface. I really like it. And so like I said, if you want more information on anything that I'm showing today, make sure that you put Halloween in the comments below. All right, so I'm going to pull this guy out. This is a brand new transfer. So you want to have your fuzz cloths ready because, or a towel. If you don't have a fuzz cloth, you can use a clean towel or I mean, this is kind of big, but you could use a t-shirt. That's kind of what we used in the past. I'm going to peel up my transfer. I just kind of roll it on my, maybe I say that now. I'm going to roll that, just my thumb. I'm going to have it sticky side up. Because this is such a big transfer, I'm going to go sticky side up. This just makes it easy to fuzz. If you've got a big towel or 2 fuzz cloths, it makes it nice and easy. And you only have to fuzz your transfer the very first time that you use it. It just destickifies it just a little bit. When our transfers are brand new, they're super sticky, and so it's nice to just add a little fuzz to the back so that it will release easy. All right. So now I'm going to lay this out, center it on my surface. Some of our surfaces have become retired, and our 18 by 18 surface is retired. So I've been looking for other 18 by 18 surfaces, and this was really a pretty surface, so that's why I like it. Okay, I'm going to get my white and my glow-in-the-dark paste ready to go. And I'm just going to scoop a bunch out with my small squeegee here. Okay. And then take my large squeegee, and I call it loading. So I load up my squeegee, and I'm just going to run it down. Okay. You might need, this is a big board, so you're going to need some more. And the nice thing is if you don't use all of the paste, you can always put it back. Just making sure I cover up all of the screened area. See how fast this goes with this big squeegee? And then just smooth it over and drag it real fast. Yeah, that's much better. That's much easier than doing it all with a small or a mini. But if you only have a small or a mini, then it works too. All right. All that excess goes right back into the container, just like that. So you don't waste a lot. I'm going to squeegee off any excess, just like I would with a normal like mini squeegee or a small squeegee. Pushing that chalk paste into the screen. Like I said, you get a lot of excess back. All right. So I'm going to wash off my small squeegee real quick. Should have probably gotten 2 of these out. I didn't. I'm not prepared. So the same thing, I'm going to just scoop up, go right over. Right over the top of that. If you haven't used our glow in the darks chalk paste yet, oh my gosh, you guys are in for a treat. I love it. I've used it on probably about 4 or 5 projects so far. I'm just making sure I got it all. I didn't use a ton. See, that didn't even have any excess. All right, so I'm going to pull my transfer back, maybe. Look at how pretty that is. I'm just going to lay this down into the sink. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's so pretty. I'm going to put the lids on my chalk paste so they don't drop. It's a really good habit to get into, putting your lids on your chalk paste jars so they don't dry out. If your chalk paste ever gets thick, you can always add a little bit of distilled water to it and then stir it up. Distilled water doesn't have any like particles, so chalk paste is natural, and so you want it to, you don't want any like minerals and stuff that will cause mold. So I'm going to go over this with my heat tool just to kind of speed up the drying. So this board has like these little like things that attach to the sides, and I noticed that I got a little paste. I'm just going to wipe off. That's the nice thing about all this is if you get paste where you don't want it, you can just wipe it off. It's that easy. Another thing too is if I find that I want more glow in the dark paste, like I want it to be really glowy, I can go back, I can clean my transfer off and then go back over the surface again. Like I can line up the, oh yeah, see, you can kind of see it. I just brought out my my black light so you can kind of see where the glow in the dark is. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll bring it closer to you. But can you see that? The black light in the light actually shows the glow in the dark. Hope you guys can see that. So this might actually be just enough glow in the dark for me. But if you, like I said, if you want it more glowy, real glowy, you can always wash your damask transfer off and then lay it back over and then run the glow in the dark paste right back over it. Just like this. This is so cute. Like, wait, what happened? But just I know, right? It's like this is not a chalk frame. So I'm going to set this aside for just a second. All right. Then I'll pull this one out. And I'm going to, sorry, I'm just cleaning off my tools. So I tend to get chalk paste everywhere. So I want to make sure I don't have chalk paste on my hands because I don't want it to get on my project. So always just kind of check. I've kind of gotten into the habit of checking my hands, making sure I don't have any paste or ink anywhere. All right, so we're going to take this one out and we're going to work on our next little part of our project. So I actually got the frame from a company called, it's only on Facebook, and it's called Wood Cuts All, and they do a lot of like wood cutouts and things like that. And so they started having this little frame, and I love it. It's 18 by 18, and it's reversible. One side's black and one side's white, so I kind of like it. So, all right. So I'm just going to cut right along the cut line. This transfer was created for a porch board. But you can use it on anything like this. That's why I'm saying we're going to use this portion right here. And we're going to put this guy aside. And then, okay, what did I do? I swear I would lose my brain if it wasn't attached. So we're actually going to use one of our simple shapes, and it will fit right on that. And again, like I said, you can use portions of a transfer on anything, and it's totally up to you. You don't have to use an entire thing. I am also going to grab out a couple of little trays to use. And let's see, I do have some colors that I was going to use. I'm going to use black. I do have my shimmer plum. I'm going to use like a meadow, and then I'm going to put the glow in the dark over the meadow for the little bubblies. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull this up. I'm only going to pull the transfer back a little bit and fuzz it just the top, because I don't want to get the other parts stuck to anything. Okay. That side or this side? Which side do I want? All right, I'm going to center. That where I want it. And I would maybe even suggest getting out, so it looks centered. Sorry, when I'm doing the project flat, sometimes it's hard to see if it's centered or not. So let me push that down. That looks pretty good, you guys. Okay, I'm also going to use, oops. I'm going to use some multi-tools. This is one of my very favorite squeegees. This has a stirring end for the inside of the jar, but this is like a mini squeegee, and it gets into all the little nooks and crannies. And I thought about this. I don't know if I'm going to need this or not, these or not, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's start with the shimmer plum, and we're going to do the word witches in shimmer plum. I also like the multi-tool because it's like it's almost like our paintbrush. If chalk had a paint, like we have our paintbrushes, but like this is like a paintbrush squeegee. So just cover up the area, and this is why I love this squeegee, because you can get into the little nooks and crannies. And again, if you are joining us, just make sure that if you want to get more information on how to get this project, put Halloween in the comments and we'll get you the information. Also, tomorrow on our creative sharing group for my team, we have Transfer Tuesday. We have several people coming on and doing projects with our monthly club transfer. Okay, so I'm going to be really careful because there is a little spider web right here. I'm going to do that a different color. All right. Any excess goes right back into the container. And I'm going to pull this up so it doesn't dry in my screen. Oh, that's so awesome. Look at how pretty that is. That's really cool. Okay. So I'm going to lay this back down. And then I'm going to make sure that I put the areas that I'm going to paste. I'm going to kind of go over them with my finger and make sure that the screens are right back down. Clean off my squeegee, my multi-tool. And I was thinking about just using black, but I think I'm going to use Shimmer Shadow, which is our black sparkly. And of course, I stick my finger right in it. I told you guys. I always have to check my fingers and make sure that I don't have paste all over. Okay. All right, just going to start over here on the kitty. And I am using a multi-tool again for this because, again, I'm trying to not get it into the words over here. But you can still go pretty fast. And I don't want to do the bubbles, so I'm going to avoid doing the bubbles from the cauldron. I'm going to do that web. Try to be real careful and not get it in the S. You did a pretty good job there. All right. Okay, then squeegee off any excess, and it's going to go right back in the container. So you can see we don't use a lot. Okay, again, we're going to pull this part up. And I go slow so I make sure that I got everywhere and I didn't miss anything. So cute. That looks great. Okay, I'm going to blow dry this time. I guess I don't need these little trays. And the nice part is there's all these little sparkles. I love the sparkles. I'm gonna lay that back over. When you're blow drying, you want to make sure that you don't use hot. Especially when you're working near your transfer, you want to just do cool or medium setting. So I'm going to do the bubbles in green. And I'm even going to do the stars in green. I know stars aren't green, but for this purpose it is. Now I want those to glow in the dark, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this off real quick. Lay it back down and then go back over with the glow in the dark, because this will mix. Now again, if you want it more, when you dip back in, make sure you wipe off your multi-tool so you don't mix the color in your glow in the dark. If you want it to be brighter, you can always wash off your transfer and then go back over. Okay. But when you're mixing colors, you really cannot put any excess back in the container. Okay. So I'll be able to wash this off in just a second. So something I thought about is there's this like little moon and stars right there on the cauldron. I'm just going to kind of dip in. Hey there, how's it going? I'm just going to dip my end of my, the corner of my multi-tool in and just kind of dab on that cauldron area. So cute. And again, if you want, like if you really want these to glow in the dark, you can put a little extra, because we're a little extra, right? We can put a little extra on these little bubbles. And again, if you guys were here, if you're over on my creative sharing, my team's creative sharing site, every Monday we're going to be having Makers Monday, and different people will be coming and sharing their choice. It's a Maker's Choice Monday. So they get to choose which transfer, what project. Mondays. Did I say Monday? You guys, it feels like a Wednesday. It was a long weekend. But if you are here on Tuesdays in the creative sharing site, we're going to do Transfer Tuesdays, which is our club transfer, our monthly club transfers. And then we have lots of other fun themes over in that group. All right, so now that, because it's super wet, I'm going to dry it. Something I like to do is I'll take, like, I don't know, this probably will work, like a cloth or in this case, I've got a little bit of my wet wipe, and go around the edges, kind of like zhuzh it up a little bit. I don't know. I started doing this in scrapbooking, and it just finishes off the edge a little bit more, I think. You can do this with ink as well, but I'm just using a little wet wipe and my my chalk paste. Just like that, around the edge. Okay, let's see how it's going to look. Again, I have a black light that I use during the day to kind of charge. Oh, look at that, you guys. Do you see that? Does that show up pretty good? That's really cute. So I just put a little extra dab of that glow-in-the-dark paste on those little areas. Cute, huh? Oh, look at it, even charged it. But if you have your project out during the day, the light will charge it. Okay. Put my guy aside. All right, I'm going to grab out my surface. And then I'm going to just set this guy right here. So I didn't grab a bow because I didn't know what I was going to do. So I might actually do a bow up there after, or I could just leave it like this. It's totally fine. But I'm going to put, my hot glue is still, it's not, I'm like, wow, my hot glue is not working, you guys. It would help if I'm being safe. I'm being fire safe, and I unplug everything before I go to bed at night. And I totally forgot to plug my hot glue gun in. Oh gosh, hot mess express. Okay, so you guys, this is where I'm just going to put 2 little daubs of hot glue. You could use, and the reason I use hot glue is, and just 2 little daubs of it. I'm not going to put this outside. This is staying in my house. And then all I have to do is use my heat tool, and it'll pop right up. And then the hot glue will pop right off, as long as I don't glue the entire surface. Okay. So you can leave it like this, just like that. Or you can add a bow, put a bow over here. I don't know yet. I have to think about that. I have a bow that I made the other day. Let's see. This is not going to be the colors, but you could literally just put a bow over here in the corner or at the top. Oh yeah, like a broom would be really cute. Oh gosh, okay. I guess I'm going to have to go to the store and grab myself a broom. That would be cute, Stephanie. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I am all about simple. I don't have a lot of like things. I have a lot of pumpkin and Halloween decor, but I don't add a lot of like little zhuzhing other than ribbons or bows. So I really love that idea though. I think I'll go to the store and go grab a broom for this. Thank you for the idea. And then what I'll do is once I'm done, I will, whatever I decide to add, I'll post a picture of the finished item in the group so you guys can see. So again, if you want this project, just put Halloween in the comments below. It is so cute. I love the fact that we can use just little bits of our transfers in places, and I love that we can use our transfers and paste on any surface. So again, this has been Tarina. I hope you guys had a great time and you learned something. Let me know if you have any questions. Put it in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a great Monday. This has been Tarina. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks, everybody.